heavens!
You've been asking for this, Dr. Watson.
Holmes, you gave me a start.
For your exhibition, Doctor. The infamous bell pull from The Adventure of the Speckled Band.
Search the kingdom come for this. What are you doing here, Holmes? What exhibition?
This one, I suspect.
This is unforgivable, Holmes. To be a surprise for your 136th birthday. I thought you were on a case.
Not half as interesting as the case you are presently on, Watson. And believe me, my friend, my intent is not interference, but crime prevention.
Crime prevention?
Yes, Doctor, there are villains about. Villains out to destroy your exhibition right under your very nose. Unseen. Insidious. What's the temperature in this room?
Growing warmer by the moment.
Careful, Watson. Heat is one of the villains to which I refer, and its accomplice, relative humidity. Look here. See the cockling in that letter? The warping in this vellum, and in this vellum.
Humidity, eh?
A high relative humidity, Doctor.
How can you tell?
Elementary, my good fellow. As victims of a low relative humidity, they are new to this environment. Notice the embrittled paper on that textbook, the splitting in that vellum binding, the contraction in this parchment certificate.
I see.
Perhaps I should see if there's anything here that might be at particular risk.
Thank you for your concern, Holmes. Rest assured that a constant temperature and relative humidity will be maintained within a reasonable range. Now, if you don't mind, huh?
But what of that visible, seemingly innocent villain who can wreak total destruction slowly, inexorably, over a period of time?
You mean light, of course. Naturally, we'll be careful to ventilate our display cases to avoid heat buildup from interior illumination.
Excellent. But what of that unseen villainess who fades colors, yellows and weakens fibers, that vile defacer of works on paper, fabrics and paintings, ultraviolet?
Every precaution has been taken, Holmes.
Most of her destructive power is hidden in the light of the sun. You can draw the blinds, of course.
All display cases will be kept out of the direct sunlight, I assure you.
Fluorescent lights. Much less ultraviolet than daylight, Watson. But filtering is still advised.
It will be taken care of simply by applying these ultraviolet screens over the tubes.
Good. Did you know that tungsten lamps have the lowest ultraviolet? No filter needed here. But use those new halogen lamps with care. They can be filtered to eliminate ultraviolet, but they burn even hotter than the tungsten variety.
We know all that, Holmes. Don't worry. To avoid undue risk of cumulative damage, the exhibition will be limited to a 3-month run.
Only 3 months?
That's considered the absolute maximum for safe exhibiting.
I see. So be it.
Among the many unseen villains lurking about, there's one very visible one.
Yes?
You. No smoking, if you please.
Right, of course, Doctor. Forgive me. Particulates in the air can be very destructive to delicate materials.
Not to mention tobacco-stained fingers on precious items.
Such precious items as...
In good time, Holmes. All in good time. Now, I must complete this by morning, so you'll be so kind as to...
Watson. Why not drop this charade and allow me to help you mount this exhibition?
Well...
Tempus fugit, and I can be useful.
All right. But no comments on my choices.
I shall be mute. My dear Watson, The only thing you haven't included here is the giant rat of Sumatra.
But there's so much to tell, Holmes.
There's only so much space and patience. Our role here is to tempt, to provoke, to stimulate, not inundate.
Less is more, eh?
Well put. It's a good thing I happened by. That wasn't too difficult. We've chosen our theme.
After the falls, yes?
The book selections have been narrowed down to these 4. And they speak volumes.
Oh, no.
Of course, The Strand, where your overly romanticized narratives of my exploits were published. The cover's the thing here, we agreed. So we simply allow it to lie flat. Studies of pipe debris. We'll open this one.
Oh, excuse me, Holmes. This transparent polyester band will help keep the book open and won't interfere with your readability of your monograph on tobacco ash. Now, too tight. Don't want to damage the paper, do we?
Perish the thought. But what's supporting the cover?
Just a folded bit of cardstock. Help prevent stress on the binding.
Excellent idea.
And your favorite reference volume propped up at an angle of no more than 30 degrees, huh?
So the weight of the pages doesn't cause the entire volume to sag. Very good.
Yes.
And last, but not least, a copy of one of your medical journals, open, to let the curious know what the professionals took for medicine in the late 19th century. How do you prop it up? I thought we made but one cradle.
Yes, but I was able to fashion another plastic foam. Yeah.
Clearly the work of a gifted surgeon. Oh, what have we here? A suitably blank expression, but not a very good likeness otherwise.
An attractive mat cut out of board and held in place with paper corners. Thus.
I trust that board is acid-free and won't damage what it is intended to protect.
You are absolutely safe, Holmes.
Very well. But this picture is another matter.
Yes, Irene Adler, the woman.
One of a kind, Watson. I went to a great deal of trouble to get this. It would be unfortunate to expose it to possible loss.
I thought you might feel that way, so...
Clever, Watson. A photo of the photo.
Here's another bit of modern technology which I found very useful. Electrostatic duplication makes it possible for me to display both sides of this letter of mine to you reporting from Baskerville Hall. I copy one side and place it together with the original other side in this clear polyester film folder. Thus.
And from where did you conjure up this polyester folder?
I simply use the same polyester film we use to strap the books. I fold it and crease it. The result can be safely pinned through the film only and held firmly in place. Voila!
We're making progress, Doctor. But surely there is something more we can eliminate. This watercolor of Baskerville Hall, for example, very susceptible to the effects of light, temperature, and humidity, as are all works on paper.
Surely we cannot omit the very scene of the crime, Holmes. The lighting environment are under control, and besides, it's only for a limited amount of time, right?
Quite right. This map of the moors is much too large, Watson. I say we can do without it.
This electrostatic enlargement of the section where we found the Hound of Hell will do the trick instead.
Splendid. We agreed textiles are very sensitive to light, heat, and atmosphere, Watson.
Yes, but the bell pull was critical to your deduction on the speckled band. We should make sure that no sunlight dulls its luster.
Ah, but may I remind you, the speckled band problem occurred before Reichenbach and is therefore outside the theme.
There. The remains of Sir Hugo Baskerville.
I believe, Watson, that is Inspector Lestrade. Well, a good night's work, I'd say.
We have too many items left over.
In 3 months, old fellow, we can do another exhibition on a different theme.
What a delightful idea.
What troubles me is this Lady Bishop was not there.
I believe you're right, yes. Well, well, here we are.
Not many visitors.
Well, it's too early. I wanted to be here before the daily opening to the public to do a little maintenance. Yeah. Everything seems to be in good order.
Despite a tendency to overdo, Watson, your labeling is quite good. Easy to read, and one doesn't have to be a detective to see what it refers to. Oh dear.
What is it, Holmes?
A villain at work.
Gravity. I came prepared for such eventualities. It's necessary to provide support along the entire length of the book. If necessary, I use several pieces of board, pieces left over from making mats. Thus. Holmes, what do you make of that?
It would appear to be scales, or flakes of some insect sort. Ah, the answer is just above the question.
Stapleton's butterflies, of course.
Good lepidopterist, that he was. Stapleton thoroughly treated his collection to prevent predators, but no one can prevent nature's deterioration.
It's of no threat to any of the other materials in the exhibition, but we don't want to alarm the public or be untidy, do we?
Watson, how many T's in butterfly?
Oh, impossible. I proofread those labels very carefully, Holmes.
Obviously, then, some clever fiend has gotten into the case and inserted the error. Let's check the security. The locks are working and undamaged. It could only be, what do they call it in this century? An inside job?
Very amusing, Holmes. No one, I repeat, no one is perfect. That's why regular maintenance is so important. Hello. Very strange. Another. Another. Holmes, there's some terrible mold growing on the glass. After we were so careful with temperature and humidity. How could this be?
That is a mystery easily solved. Observe. Your exhibition, Doctor, has become a victim of its own success. I congratulate you.